How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to part 2 of MIRABEL Smithy. I'm super excited about this, but today's going to be a little bit different of an episode because I lost all of my footage except for the time-lapse. So everything I did with my cam account is the video you're going to be seeing. So we're going to be smashing in together, part 2 and part 3 into this one. And let's get started, shall we? Mirabel Zethergale moved to the city of Timberkress as a young child with her mother and father. They moved from the city of Warcrim, a powerful settlement, but one that lacked the ability to trade outside of its walls. The Zethergales heard about the thriving prosperity boom Timberkress was in thanks to King Falkrum. They knew the king had recently opened its borders and offered free trade. King Falkrum had ushered in the golden age of Timberkress. When they heard about this, they quickly sold all that they could live without in order to afford a new smithy in Timberkress. They bought a small but humble building next to the town's library. Mirabel's mother, Tylea, a master blacksmith in her own right, became well known in their new town. Mirabel wanted nothing more than to be just like her mother and worked tirelessly in the forge by her mother's side. By the time Mirabel was 15, she had surpassed her mother's abilities. This was a major turning point in the Zethergale family. On Mirabel's 17th birthday, King Falkrum personally requested for her to meet with him. Mirabel could hardly hold her excitement as she was on her way to meet the king. She couldn't help but to greet everyone with a smile as she pranced her way to the manor. She was amazed upon entering the king's manor. She was not shocked, as King Falkrum spared no expense whenever it came to some new construction in Timberkress. The library and the tavern are shining examples of that. Mirabel was greeted with a soft but confident voice. "Welcome, you must be Mirabel. I heard much about the Zethergale family, but I must say, I am most impressed with your work in particular," Falkrum announced with a wide smile. "Come, follow me. I have an offer for you." In shock, Mirabel quickly started after the king. She had trouble keeping up with him. He was quite tall and quick of pace. They entered a small room which seemed to be an office. Surely not the king's quarters, Mirabel thought to herself. There was another man already in the room waiting for them to arrive. "Mirabel Zethergale, this is Mr. Edley, the royal scribe." Mirabel nodded at the man in recognition. Mirabel still didn't know why she was summoned to see the king, and was tense from the anticipation. The king sat down at the head of the desk and addressed Mirabel with a chuckle. "I'm sorry, but I haven't told you why I've had you come here." Mirabel smiled with a tight face. She was excited to be here, but anyone would still be nervous to be sat in front of the king. He continued, "I hear you have exceptional abilities and have already become a master blacksmith at such a young age. It's impressive." Mirabel began to relax in her chair a bit as the tension in the room was broken. "Thank you, your majesty," Mirabel said softly with a smile on her face. "The Zethergale name is spreading quickly around the 5 realms of Alger, and I am here to offer you the complete funding of a new smithy under the Zethergale banner. It will be an investment on my end, and I have no doubts that I will regain that investment through the efficiency of your tools, tourism, and the trade opportunities with it. What do you say?" Stunned, Mirabel stumbled over her words, trying to find something to say, but all she could get out was, "Thank you, your majesty." "Splendid," the king exclaimed. "Mr. Edley has already drawn up the appropriate paperwork, and you can begin construction as soon as your family wishes. We are giving you the ability to take up a much larger area than you currently work in. I have high hopes for you." King Falkrum arose and walked out of the room, giving Mirabel one last smile. As Mirabel turned to Mr. Edley, he was already pulling out some papers. He directed her where to sign, and with excitement she bolted out of the palace to tell her family what had just transpired. Well, there we go. Mirabel Zethergale has her own blacksmith now. It's awesome. It looks great. Turned out amazing. I love it. And as for the Zethergale family, they now have a story here in Timberkress. I think it's pretty exciting moving from Warcrim over to here to Timberkress. I love it. And that's all I got for you, other than the stuff that's on the screen. Go ahead and click on that stuff. Stuff on the right is like my videos that you can go check out if you haven't already. And especially in that bottom left over there, that's pretty important. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And of course, leave a like on this video if you want to see more stuff like it. And until then, I will catch you all in the next one. Bye.